Hello, my name is Shatlia. Welcome back for another episode of Curtain of Steel in Supreme Brawler Ultimate. And in previous episode we just mostly were setting up the things and all that sort of stuff. So nothing all that interesting happened. We did manage to flip Finland to Warsaw Pact leading. And then we're trying to work a little bit on getting Sweden into at least non-aligned. And hopefully eventually into Warsaw Pact leading as well. But that might take a little bit longer than that. One thing that we do have a problem right now though is consumer goods, because we don't have enough and looks like the price is pretty high on the global market, so we're just going to buy that. Let's put in the price of 4,000 because I have a feeling that that price is just going to go up and up and up. I actually didn't check all that much about the nation's other stuff, so we got pretty high tax rate right now. Don't actually have that high inflation. Unemployment is 6.9%, which is a bit high. Population is well over 100 million. That's not too bad. We're not particularly high in GDP though. We're still missing the production things or the delivery things in there, because for some reason I think we're giving them way too much. Like we're giving them more than what we have production, or trying to anyway. So that's kind of a problem. I don't know if we're getting much money out of it either. And at least in terms of cash, we're not doing all that great, but I think now that we're getting we're buying the consumer goods, but at the same time, we have the domestic price pretty high. So even though we are importing, assuming that we're selling all of it that we can, we should still be making a decent bit of cash out of it, which is going to be needed in a lot of things. Now, we still haven't gotten the engineers in here that we send. Now, to be fair, we probably have some engineers closer, don't we? If nothing else, we could always just build some over here, I suppose. Infantry. Let's see, so the combat engineers, that's an engineer at least. It can do some construction work, and then... I mean, there's the regular engineers as well. It's the combat engineer, it takes a little bit longer time, but that's fine. We'll get at least one of those underway, and then I suppose we could get some other Spetsnaz, or... yeah, we'll probably get one of those. Now again, that is going to take a little bit more of the military goods that we produce, so it's not really going to be very helpful, but in the long run I think it's going to be worth it. Now to be fair, we got pretty high, well actually we don't have that high electricity price yet. If we increase the price there, domestic price, that means that the demand for the electricity is going to be slightly lower in terms of the demand for the population, and thus we will have a little bit less of a deficit in here. In the long run, that's probably going to be helpful. Right now, we still need 310,000 per day of megawatt hours, and we only produce 272,000, so we need it a bit higher. We're buying quite a bit right now, but we could definitely increase it a bit more. Now, how have the social spending things started influencing here? So we got infrastructure rating of 40% already, which could be better. It's not the worst, and the law enforcement is already around 70%. That's not too bad. Education has increased a little bit, and healthcare is okay. We're funding quite a bit on the research side. Speaking of research, how is the research center over there? It's still going to take a long while. But we definitely want to increase the capacity for research over time. Right now, we only have 5 research, well, technically 4 research labs and 1 from the capital. So we won't be able to do all that much research. And yes, I know about rails and roads. But yeah, the transfers are starting to get a little bit on my nerves, because this is constantly reminding me of those things. Oh, right, at least we got on the consumer goods back on the track. We might increase the price of these a little bit more. You know what, we're going to put it on an even number. 120%. Because there is quite a bit of civilian demand for them. If we can lower that demand just a little bit, that means that we need to buy a bit less things. And I can, there's the... oh, come on, just stop giving me this message there. I know how to open and close that. But yeah, we're not going to be going all tutorial on this series, but I'll try to explain what I do, at least when I remember. Because the engineers are about to arrive here, that means that they'll be building a lot of things. Especially if we can get the consumer goods production and industrial goods production up, and the electricity production up. Now that they are here, that should increase the construction speed a little bit. It's not going to be a massive boost there, but it is going to be a boost. And since we've got quite a bit of population or workforce available still, unemployment is currently 6.6%. So that should be fine. We're still supporting the government in Iran. We do have a little bit of money that we could maybe spend on... Oh, Sweden doesn't actually have anything. Well, we can always sell them things. Like submarines, nor... Oh. They don't want that. Amphibious assault designs for 100 million? It's not much. I don't think Sweden's going to be needing that particular tech all that much, though, but... Get another 50 million from there. And then acoustic ranging sonar. How much would you be willing to pay for that? 86 million. It's not much. What about Finland? You got about a 2 billion in there, so let's try to get some cash from out of you as well. And then let's see. Norway is definitely NATO aligned, so I don't think we'll be able to get them into the fold anytime soon. We could maybe try get Austria. And then Yugoslavia is leading, but they don't really like me right now, so what we should probably do is support the government a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a cost, but it's not too bad. Then Turkey is... Oh, that's not really joining us. Iran, we might be able to flip. Iraq is already leaning. Syria is already leaning towards us. And... Oh, hello, we got the supply depots done. And that's going to increase the supply in the Moscow region a little bit, although... I don't know how much of an impact it's going to have directly. I mean, it's currently 57%. It was 40-something before we started increasing funding on the infrastructure, so I think it was 47 or something like that. So it probably went to 50 already on its own. And it's slowly going up. And my goodness, there's just so many transfers that I missed there. Right, military goods were still basically at 0. The production cost is actually a bit higher than what the sale price is, but oh well. Early programming language is going to be done in 14 days, so that should be done. Oh, wow. Apparently we're the rank #1 in knowledge index. Wasn't expecting that. To be fair, we bought a lot of text from Finland and Sweden, and we got a lot of other things already, so I guess that helps. Oh, so the electric power demand is now only 306, and these are slowly being worked on. Well, actually fairly quickly, so in... around mid-December we should have these construction built. And then we can start doing another round of things. According to what we need. Like, electricity is probably something that we'll still need. But if we can just get at least a little bit more production, that should be fine. We can probably go on faster speed right now because there's not that much happening. And we're still making money. So that is good news. Military goods shortage, I know, I know. Now, I wonder how North Korea is actually doing. North Vietnam, sorry. I mean, suppose we could have a look at North Korea. Oh, actually, Korea is still... Oh, wait, no, it is North Korea here, yeah. They are definitely a Warsaw Pact. Or at least not in NATO. Oh, Nepal and Bhutan are possible. Tibet is leaning towards us. They are a communist nation, apparently. Right. Ah, there we go. Research breakthroughs. Early programming language is completed. That is good news. And we've gotten some constructions work done here recently. So all of these are now operational. How much do we need? We don't need that much industrial goods right now. The power production isn't massive. It looks like we need... Oh yeah, we need a lot more. Alright, well let's just get some more coal power plant in here. It's fairly cheap, and it's going to provide us a lot of power. Let's have a look at the... So the... Oh, improved power grid. Oh. We can't buy that, so we might as well put that into the research queue. Healthcare improvements, we can put that into the research queue. Let's see, other science things. So vaccine research improvements, that is non-tradable. I'll put that in there. Anything that we can't trade, we'll put in there, basically from the get-go. And then other things we might be able to buy from, maybe not Finland and Sweden, but let's actually have a look at Germany. What do you have? You got some warfare things. Well, let's start buying those. They get a bit of money, which should be fine. In fabrication levels. Oh, right, yeah, the build capacity of things. Yep, yeah. Improve helicopter rotors. Buy that one. Insurgency? Growing unrest has led to an armed insurgency in British Malaya against the government. Ooh. I might support that. Although actually, it says condemn government, support government. So I condemn the government. I think that should be helping the insurgency. I don't know how much it's actually going to have an impact though, but you know, it might help. Maybe they'll become more of a communist country. Or is that just them trying to get independence out of prison? Probably not. Okay, so we've got 4 billion right now. Oh, we've got a lot of troops over here. Let's just entrench them in Cherkasy. I don't know if that... No, there isn't a barracks there. Get some troops in Odessa. Stick in so they don't move all about. And my goodness, that notification about the delivery or product transfer missed. My goodness, how on earth is it so damn annoying? Just every single day. I guess that just means that we need to increase the military goods production or just stop delivering all our military goods into North Vietnam, because that is a bit of a problem as well. But I don't know how, like, it doesn't list that trade in here. We got free trade, but that's about it. Got France. So does that mean that our treaty integrity is, yeah, it's currently at 60%. Okay, so why is that thing? Let's have a look at about the diplomacy here. No, it's just the free trade. But we don't have any things set up for delivering things there, so it might just be some scripted thing or something, I don't know. I've not played a Soviet Union in this era before. Or really play a Soviet Union period, but, you know, how's the construction work going? It's doing alright. How much do we need more electricity? A lot more. So we might actually just set up yet another one of those. How's the supply in here? It's 59. I think if we were to get a barracks in there, that would increase the supply by 10%. Or up to 10%, depending on the funding of the infrastructure. Speaking of which, we should probably increase the funding of the infrastructure. Let's go to around 100%. So that means that we might not be making a lot of money right now, and it's probably going to reduce the unemployment quite a bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing per se, as long as we keep it somewhere between 4% or so. That's usually the sweet spot where you want to keep it, so that you don't have that massive inflation, but at the same time you don't also have like a massive unemployment, sort of untapped potential in there for production. Domestic approval rating isn't massive, but at the same time we don't have elections, so we don't need to worry about that. We got the engineers here. Oh, I think the product transfer may have stopped now. Maybe it was just for a certain number of days, but I mean, if it started at October, right? So if it was 90 days a trade deal or something like that, then it would have stopped by now. Well, that is good to know. Got a little bit of troops around. Oh, is that? No, that's just leg infantry. Alright, let's just entrench that in Leningrad, and these, actually, just entrench all of those in Leningrad. We've got quite a bit over here at the military base as well, but I think Finland is probably not going to be a problem. Line of strike treaty from... You know what, actually, I like that idea, because now I will be able to see how they're actually doing with the resources that I sent them. But they've taken quite a bit already. Is that... They're fighting against France. Okay, the French... Are you actually going to French Laos then? Yeah, they are capturing things here. I wonder how it goes for them. Ooh. Okay, there's some Americans in there. A lot of planes go flying about. Okay, they just lost 2 guerrillas. It's not great. We got the barracks already completed. That's good. So, what is the supply limit in here now? Or supply in here? Oh, it's 73%. I mean, to be fair, the increased funding is helping a lot. But that's going to allow the productions over here to be much more efficient as well. Now, we already produced 315,000 electricity, or megawatts of electricity. And we need up to 350,000. Okay, so I guess we do need a bit more power production, don't we? These aren't too bad in terms of supply. So we could... I mean, technically speaking, how much do we have? Oh, we do need a bit more industrial goods, don't we? We also need a lot more consumer goods production, but for that we need more electricity. Oh. Uruguay is offering to buy some metal ore. That's actually quite a bit of metal ore. Also a pretty good price, so I'll take it. So once we get these built, that's probably going to slow down the industrial goods consumption, because it's about 1,000 tons per day that we're using for the construction work. Oh. Spain has moved to the NATO alliance sphere of influence from NATO leaning. Oh, I see. So they got one, and I've got one, well, we're currently at 22. Maybe we can reduce, so they are, oh, right, so they didn't get a new one necessarily. And we moved one of the NATO aligned into Warsaw Pact, or non-aligned into Warsaw Pact leaning, so the numbers should still match. But let's have a look at Finland. You got a decent bit of money. How about we sell you some more research? Same with Sweden. Nuclear fission, would that be... that might be a bit of a stretch. Some of the other research should be fine. We can also make a bit of money from this, so it's fine. Early programming languages, that should be used for... oh yeah, they're paying 110 million for that. What about Sweden? 80 million. Romania is offering consumer goods. It's only 25 tons per day, so it's not going to be that much. But sure, I'll accept that. You know what I should probably do is set up at least Romania and Bulgaria. Basically, a lot of the Warsaw Pact nations, just put them for the auto-accept incoming balance or better deals. Because that's going to reduce the diplo micro that I need to do. And also it allows us to potentially keep pretty good relations with them, assuming that they give good trade deals. There we go, so we're at 5 billion now, so that's not too bad. Finland, well, I mean, it's already leaning, so how about Sweden? Let's try to sell more things for you. Particle accelerators, it's only 100 million that you're giving me, but that's probably about 10% of your total money, so they won't give me any more than that. Oh, right, turboprop prototype. Those are done. Let's have a look at the research. So we've got now 9 things that we can research here. Most of which we can't trade. A field iron microscope, that's going to take another month and a half to be researched. Aerospace fabrication. Actually, the space race is the next one, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be the satellites and all that. It's going to take a while before we get all the way through, but that's going to be fine. And then internet arrays and man on Mars. We probably won't be going all the way up there. Let's be honest. I mean, hopefully we can get the 2/3 done before that. I'll need to factor or calculate the exact numbers that we need, but if it's, say, around... it was 85 last time I calculated, wasn't it? Yeah, it's 85 total, so... 50 something that we need to have total. Either aligned or leaning, and around half of that needs to be actual aligned, not just leading. Okay, there we go. So we got the construction work done. We got a bit more electricity being produced. We still need more. Not to mention the supply over here isn't too bad. Domestic prices of consumer goods is too high. It is maybe a bit high. Oh, is Iran now... well, they haven't started leaning towards us yet. They got a bit of cash though. We could maybe sell them a few things, like the synthetic rubber production. Oh, and... oh, right, that was Turkey. Well, Georgia doesn't like me all that much either, so how about we give you a few texts from here for free. Maybe that will teach you a bit. They are still a bit cold in relations. Azerbaijan is a lot better than Armenia, and then over here, that, yeah, no, that was the only those two. Ukraine is... oh wow, they got notable debt level. How much debt do they have? Oh, right, they got about as much debt as they have treasury. Well, there's not too much I can do about it. The AI tends to be a bit of dummy in terms of keeping the economy in check. We got a lot of troops here. Let's just entrench them in... I'll entrench them in the East Berlin. Oh, East Germany has a lot of militias just standing around here. I think they were trying to go through West Berlin, but were not able to go through there. So there is that. We can probably entrench a bit more troops here in Kaliningrad. Overall, the situation could be worse. Especially now that we're not getting the constant notifications about the military goods being missing. I mean, we've got a decent stock now as well. We're selling some of it, not necessarily making a massive profit while selling, but we're selling some. And the electric power, we still need to get more. Let's just go ahead and get another... build them, I don't know, 2 at a time. There's not too much. It's got to be decent enough. Okay, what we have here. Venezuela is offering 150 million for 1.5 million tons of metal ore. It's close enough. Wait, actually, Venezuela, are you... oh, you are leaning towards the Warsaw Pact. Interesting. And most of the South American nations aren't actually leaning either way. So there's a potential. For example, Colombia. Perhaps we could start trading with you. Right, so we did the trade deal there. Semi-automatic rifles. Maybe we can do a little bit of trade with Peru. They're selling a lot of the... well, actually, that one's not got a lot of money. Brazil, how about you? Artillery improvements. The military stuff is usually something that everyone kind of wants, except submarines for some reason. Bolivia, let's give you the tank tech. If you're willing to pay me basically nothing. Argentina, you don't like me all that much, but how about if I sell you a bit of tech? And then Uruguay, you don't have a lot of money. Okay, so most of these are kind of poor. Oh, Mexico. Price of consumer goods too high. I mean, they are a bit high. Let's go ahead and give the artillery improvements to Mexico. We can make a lot of cash this way. And let's actually have a think about this. Oh, right. Yugoslavia is... we're slowly starting to like us again, so that's good news. Austria, do you have anything that I don't have? Not really. You don't have a lot of money either, but maybe I can sell you a 1 or 2 techs somewhere along the line. Yeah, new research progresses are indeed good, as the hint suggested, but we're already researching as much as we can. Now, to be fair, we could send our engineers to help with the research into production. And have we got on? We probably have got on some in here, actually. There's a lot of infantry in here, although, no, that's showing all, isn't it? Okay, now I think we have a bit... no, I don't know. Seems to be still everything. Okay, you know what? Let's have a look at the production in here and just deploy the combat engineers automatically. So we'll be able to use them. Like, sure enough, using the engineers for construction works isn't always the best idea. Field iron microscope, alright. Let's have a look at the other things. So there's the modern helicopter prototype. We do need to get that one at some point. Put that into the research science. There's nothing over there that we can't trade if someone's got them. Which, to be fair, that's not a guarantee. But we'll just try to get through these non-tradable ones first. Because they quite often can unlock new things to research. Although we're starting to get into a position where we don't have that much cash available. Oh, right, yeah, we're getting some money from the trade, so that's good. Average social rating is 44.8%, tax rate is 46%, so it's a pretty high tax rate. How's the... unemployment is only 5.1% now, so that's not too bad. Inflation is slowly growing, but it's also not that massive yet. We do need to get a lot more power production, though. I actually wonder... what's this, then? Finance, cabinet, open custom priorities. Yeah. We don't need that one. We're not trusting the AI ministers all that much. I mean, we could technically give them power, but I don't necessarily want to. I mean, I suppose, how is the population increasing? I guess that's something that we need to keep an eye on. So, it is not really increasing all that much. So how about we actually put in a little bit of healthcare funding? Go for 20 million. So it might mean that we start losing a bit of cash. It's also going to reduce the unemployment even further. But it is going to start increasing the birth rates. And thus we'll have more population in the long run to use in various workforce and all that sort of stuff. The aerospace propagation should be done soon. Or research soon. What does that unlock? Oh, it's the orbital launch pad, which we already have queued up apparently. Yeah, we do. Okay, so how much do we have? Industrial goods production. I've still got pretty good stockpile there, so that's not too bad. We don't actually need to buy more right now, do we? We can actually... Oh wow, yeah. The global price for the industrial goods has dropped quite drastically. Consumer goods, on the other hand, is bloody massive. Now, we do have fairly high domestic price in there. We might want to lower that. Let's go for 110%. Which does mean that we have even more demand for it, but at the same time, at least, it's not going to be too bad hindering the population. Aerospace fabrication is researched. Domestic price of consumer goods is still too high. Oh, Iran is starting to probably like us now. Let's have a look at the situation with Iran. So they are still sort of NATO leaning, but how about we start selling them some techs? They don't have a massive amount of cash, admittedly, but we can probably make something out of this. Actually, we should probably not sell the warfare stuff, but rather the society things and such. Like, oh wow, that's only 2 million for the instruments. It's not really going to be all that helpful. But I think we are pretty much out of time for this episode. I think what we're going to do in between the episodes is just, well, actually, these are almost completed already. We'll see how those are affected, and then maybe get a little bit more work done on the research center and all that. So we'll probably go ahead in like a month or so between the episodes again. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until the next time, bye bye.